Travis Wayne Goodsell. I made or printed off my own calendars from timeanddate.com. Saves me money, but you can see there on the wall. The purpose of their calendars allows me to have a listing of all the Jewish major and minor holidays, as well as Christian, Catholic Christian holidays, and even Islamic holidays. For example, we just had Ramadan not too long ago. It was last month. But today, I should have checked, because that's why I did my calendar the way I did, so that I would be aware of upcoming holidays. It's Lag BaOmer. It's a Kabbalistic holiday, Jewish holiday. And I would have liked to have been aware of that prior to this day, rather than deciding, hey, I've got some time, I wonder what that is. And so, yeah, that's a pretty big deal, as I've already done the sign in the heaven for today on Lag BaOmer. What do you know? And so, it refers to a celebration of the rabbi who's responsible for the Zohar, the original Kabbalistic book about the tree of life. Sound familiar, Mormons? Should. Joseph Smith Sr. studied Jewish Kabbalah, or Kabbalah, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So, alrighty, so let me go over it for you. It means the 33rd day of Omer. So, yeah, Scottish Rites, 33rd degree is the honorary ranking. And so you can see how the Scottish Rites are utilizing Jewish tradition mixed with Lucifer. But let's get to the origins. Oh, isn't that interesting? Gematria is the same as Moses. So isn't that fun? Alright. So that's a Kabbalistic technique. I've done books on that. I don't take it too seriously because it's a later development imposed on Paleo-Hebrew. It was not used in Paleo-Hebrew. And you can tell because the Jews have to add in vowels to increase or decrease numbers to fix their meanings. So when you have to do that, then you might as well just throw it all away as a fraud. But it is kind of fun. But John's Revelation 13, talking about the number of the beast being 666, and so therefore everybody's gone to the gematria of Christianity or Judaism to play the game of whose name corresponds with 666. And image of shofar does equal 666, by the way. Just if you were wondering. And if you don't know what a shofar is, it's a trumpet. A trump, it's the image of the beast. Trump is the beast with the image on the followers' foreheads as they wear the baseball caps. MAGA. Well, of course, he's changed it now. It's no longer Make America Great. It's now Keep America Great. KAGA. It's just, oh my God. What's with the baby names? Gaga. Gaga goo goo. Anyway. The oranges, I'm the one who got Trump to say that morning. If you missed that video and that web post back when I used to have a video before the church's company took over my website and then dropped me as I filed my lawsuit against the church. Interesting timing. Anyway. Let's see. It refers typically to the death of Rabbi Akiva, and it also corresponds with the death of 24,000 students of his, which were killed off by a plague. Sort of like a coronavirus? But here's an interesting interpretation of that plague and why those died that died. They were blaming those who died as being wicked, in essence. Let's see if I can find where it said that. Let's see. Trying to find it. Where is it? I know I saw it. Secrets of the Kabbalah. Come on. I didn't go. Spark of the soul of Moses. 13th century, so 24 students died from a divinely sent plague during the counting of Omer. The Talmud also says this was because, the Talmud is where we find out about this, and it's one of the Talmuds, the Babylonian Talmud. Usually the one, the Babylonian Talmud. So in the Babylonian Talmud, they give the reason is that they did not show proper respect to one another, and therefore God sent the plague to destroy 24,000 of his students, leaving him with only 5. How many points are on the Jewish star? 8, technically. Well, 6, no. I'm doing 8. 6. So 5 students plus the teacher. 6. I'm sure that's not a coincidence. That they didn't make that up. And so, they were being punished for being mean to each other. Sound familiar, Mormons? And so, they do bonfires on this day as part of the celebration to symbolize the mystical spark of the soul of Moses. Again, Latter-day symbolization here that's going on. As we have a plague that is killing off Jews, Mormons, Christians, Islam, Buddhists, Hindu, atheists. And so, yeah, very, very interesting. And it ties to Kabbalistic tradition, as the Smiths were all about Kabbalistic tradition, setting Joseph Smith Jr. up as the latter-day Moses to restore the kingdom of David, restoring the kingdom or the government and the church. Then he was murdered, and the enemy went and established a kingdom with a new government and a new religion, and his followers still to this day worship him as the successor to Joseph Smith Jr. Yes, Mormons, it's you. But Joseph Smith warned us, look for a man like Moses. He will restore the kingdom. It's not Brigham Young. So, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, the sign in the heavens, isn't that interesting? As the waning moon is under the star Jupiter, who is the man-child from the sign of the woman in John chapter 12, verse 1, Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. As we are now with a puppet master as king, or puppet king, put on the throne by Russia, and we have the church, who's the religion of Lucifer, literally with the sign of Lucifer on the Nauvoo temple of Brigham Young, and on the Salt Lake temple, and on the Seagull Gate. And so we're waiting for a man like Moses, who came on the 23rd of September 2017 as the symbol of the waning moon is below Jupiter this morning. That was pretty cool when I saw that. So I hope it's not proportionate with the number of deaths. 24,000 deaths and only 6 survive. I mean, obviously it's symbolism, but my hell. Yeah, Jews also take a pilgrimage to his death place in that town in Israel. Interesting.